Okay, hi, we're here to talk about the Tackle Van program today, and I am in the van. We've had this van for about 2 years now. It's an 11 passenger van. We haven't needed an 11 passenger van yet, but we have gotten up to as many as 7 riding the van at one time. So it's kind of nice to have a bigger van when we need it. Why do we do what we do? The Community Foundation and the Tackle Fund has come up with, we have felt there's a need in Otsego County to transport patients to their treatments in Petoskey for radiation. We've been doing this for probably 30 years or more. This is our 3rd van, and it's one of the most heartfelt programs that we offer at RSVP. We don't get a lot of money for it. Like with anything, we're a nonprofit. The money we get is from the Community Foundation Tackle Fund, and our program is by and large run by volunteers. There is some administrative support, but by and large we have volunteers driving for us, scheduling times, everything pretty much except talking to the patients and working with the hospitals and staff. So there isn't a whole lot of money in this program other than what we get donated through the Tackle Fund and through the Color Run. So we hope that you'll support the Color Run from year to year. Why we do what we do. Another reason we do what we do is life circumstances. People are drawn to cancer in many different ways, and what we do with how we give back to this program is largely because we have dealt with something in our life that we have been called, it's a calling for us. Another reason we do it is to give back after we have been helped ourselves, and we also want to pay forward these stories so that people understand how important this is of a service to our community. I'm going to tell you a little story of mine, and it's probably similar to yours, or could be, maybe not, but I had 2 parents, mother and father. My father got cancer at 78. My mother, fortunately, is still alive and does not have cancer. I had 2 in-laws. Mother-in-law passed away at 44 of cancer. Father-in-law passed away at 60 of cancer. And then there's my husband and I. I have not had cancer. My husband did have cancer. He was a 5-year survivor. He passed away last summer. Not from cancer, but probably side effects of the cancer and the treatment. So if you look at the numbers, the statistics are really high that someone you know will get cancer, have treatment and recover, or not, but it's very much a part of everyone's life. Everyone knows someone, and during COVID it's gotten to the point where we aren't able to treat people as quickly as we would have liked to, so we're seeing more treatment at the end stage than at the middle stage. So that's kind of sad, but it's the reality of what we're dealing with. We are here for the patients. The patients are scared. They call us to ride the van. It's our job to let them know it's going to be as painless as we can make it for them. We understand they're in treatment. They're scared. They're tired. They don't know a whole lot of what's going to happen or what's going on. They become partners with the other people in the van. They become part of each other's treatment, part of each other's cheerleading squad, part of helping the drivers with helping them find the patients where they live. And they all celebrate with each other when their last day comes and they get to graduate from the radiation treatments. So our SVP staff is a very integral part of that, helping the patients connect with the van and connect with the other patients, and a liaison with the hospital and the nurses. Another thing, we're here for the drivers. We have about 46 drivers, 34 of whom are in RSVP, and then we have 12 who are not in RSVP, which means they're under the age of 55 but still volunteering. The Rotary does Fridays, so their Rotary members swap out taking a Friday to drive, and we're here for the drivers to help them to recruit them, to train them, to recognize them, to continually be thanking them for their service, and to hopefully find new drivers because we lose a lot of drivers in the winter due to snow day or people leaving for the winter snow. Not everyone's comfortable driving in the winter, so we're always looking to recruit drivers. If anyone's interested, let us know. It only takes about 2 to 3 hours once every 4 to 6 weeks, so the time commitment is very small, and the reward that you will feel after doing it is huge. If any one thing that our drivers say is how they started to do it, but what they got back in return is tenfold over what they're doing for the patients. They just get so much out of it. So another thing we're here for is to help coordinate staff with the patients in the hospitals. There's a lot of times the patients are just, they don't know where to turn, so we will take over for them. And if they need someone to help with the McLaren radiation or with the chemotherapy here in town, we've got a couple of oncology clinics here in town. We will act as help make it as comfortable and as stress-free as possible for the patients. We tell our stories to people like you so that you will be able to tell our stories for us to others if they have cancer, if they need assistance. We have funds available to help people with any cancer-related need. So we hope that you will remember us when you're hearing stories from people. We just want to make it as smooth of a time during a very rough and uncomfortable and uncertain time for many patients. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to us at United Way or at RSVP, and we will help with anything that we can help with. Last, I want to tell you a little story from a driver who, we asked drivers why they do what we do, and I was so moved by this story. I just want to share it with you. This is what we call Nancy's story. Nancy has been driving for 20 years. She started to drive because she lost an older brother to brain cancer at 45. Getting him to treatment was a big deal for their family. Little did she know how humbled her heart would be. She thought she was helping these poor people during life's twists and turns, only to find out that they were teaching her more than she ever imagined. There is one lady that stood out to her. Although she has had many special moments over the years, there was one lady in particular. They hit it off right out of the gate. She sat in the front seat as her wingman, helping her drive. She knew that the lady was in the battle of her life, and things looked pretty grim. Nancy and this lady were discussing that day how hard things were and how scared this lady was. The lady told her that that day she was so glad that Nancy was driving because she felt her genuine concern and love, and they were so connected to each other. At the end of the trip, the lady insisted on giving Nancy a hug. Nancy got choked up. The lady asked her, "What kind of perfume do you have because you smell so good?" Nancy thought for a minute and stared at her because she couldn't say. The name of the perfume is Miracle. She did tell the lady it was called Miracle. They both broke down and cried. They knew they both had made a difference in each other's lives that day, if only for a couple hours. Little do we know how much these situations can affect us and secure our reasons for helping out. We've shared our stories today with you. Thank you for listening, and we want to know, what is your story and how are you going to tell it? Thank you.